What? With a pretty face like that?
No way.
No.
Ain't nothing about me pretty. I ain't no pretty boy. You watch your mouth.
You're right. You're not a pretty boy.
No.
I think you're handsome, but I
Oh,
wouldn't
well,
say you're a
thank
pretty
you.
boy.
Don't make a black man blush. It's not good for our health.
Why?
Because we shouldn't blush because of all our skin pigment. Don't ever do that.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say something about gout.
That's fucked up.
My dad has gout, too. So, it's fine. I'm very
You're
well aware,
Okay,
yeah,
of
the gout.
My older brother has gout.
Yeah. Does it run in the family? It runs in my family.
I don't know if it's hereditary. Unfortunately, my older brother and I, we have different fathers.
Mm-hmm.
So
So he got it from his dad.
Maybe I don't know why. I don't know why he got gout, but he don't really have a healthy diet. I've been trying to tell him get on his diet kick, but I just teamed up with this new company. It's called Blue Scorpion Venom. They get the venom. They milk the blue scorpion. They
You
only
milk a scorpion?
I don't milk shit. They do, but they get the venom from blue scorpions, and they only found in like 2 places in South Dominican Republic and Cuba. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that it helps with is gout. So I sent some to my older brother, and he's only been on it for like 2 weeks or so, and he already saying it if he feels better. So if it works for my brother, I give you some to give your dad.
Yeah. See, my dad has gotten to the point where he's just stopped eating salty foods. I think that was the main thing. He was just eating too much salt and then not working out. Yeah. Now he'll walk for like 10 miles a day.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but he needs it. Speaking of gout, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of salty food, so I hope your brother's okay.
Me too.
What do you guys usually do for Thanksgiving?
Well, since I live out here without my family that I grew up with, before when my ex-wife and I, when we was cool, I think we used to get together. I used to, do Thanksgiving with them and the kids. But now, since her and I not cool anymore, we alternate years. But since my memory is so bad, I always forget whose year it is, and she always lies like it's her year again.
Oh, okay, got it. So you haven't had a year in a while.
I haven't had a year with my kids in a while.
When you guys used to do Thanksgiving together, would you do traditional American Thanksgiving, or do you do kind of like an Asian fusion?
Yeah, I think it was an Asian fusion.
Yeah, what was on the dinner table? What was the spread?
Well, she would do it. She would do a turkey, and I like dressing and cranberry sauce. But I think sometimes she would make some of my favorite Japanese dishes.
What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite dish, something I could eat every day, is Japanese hamburger steak. And she would make that, and I love that. And yakisoba.
Yakisoba. Oh, you're a big noodle guy, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm a big noodle guy.
No, some people won't. I think being Asian, if I date someone who isn't Asian, one big deal breaker is that they can't eat Asian foods. Like people who are really picky, I can't be with them.
Why do you care?
Eating multicultural food is really important to me because I like to eat basically every cuisine. So sometimes if I want to go out and eat something, or I go to San Jose and I'm eating my mom's cooking, my grandma's cooking, I want the person to also be able to eat it without it being a thing. Because sometimes you go to someone's house and you don't want to offend someone's family by saying like, oh, I don't eat that, or I can't eat that, or you're kind of trying to, but you look disgusted. I just rather not deal with that.
Yeah, I understand that 100%. But it seems like, that's a deal breaker, but it seems like, that's like a small thing to be like a deal breaker. Oh, that person don't eat Asian food, so I'm not gonna date. That's like me not dating a girl that don't eat ass. It's the same.
Same. You know what? I think we have different ideas of deal breakers, and that's perfectly fine.
I was just trying to get a reaction.
No, you're right. No, you know what? Whatever floats your boat.
I was just trying to I'm not into all. I was just trying to get a reaction out of you, and it didn't work.
Whatever you like to do on your Thanksgiving is completely up to you. You haven't had a Thanksgiving year in a while.
Yeah.
And you want someone to eat some ass, and it's fine.
No.
Anyways, we're going to get started on Am I the Asshole this week. Speaking of Thanksgiving dinners, okay, so am I the asshole for expecting not to pay for Thanksgiving groceries? I have never posted on here before, so my apologies if I make any mistakes. I, 54, female, have been invited to a friend, 50, female, who we will call Anne, to come over to her house for Thanksgiving. We all live in Italy, but spent many years in the US and have several American friends in the area. Anne heard that I make traditional Thanksgiving dinner at my house every year for my family and a couple of friends, about 6 people total. It is quite difficult to get all of the supplies because there's no buying canned pumpkin or cranberry sauce, so I have to make every single thing from scratch. Over the years, I've acquired all of the dishes and tools and spices. I know suppliers for the more exotic things and am an all-around good cook. So Anne, who was born in China but lived in the US for 20 plus years, asked if I could make a Thanksgiving dinner at her beautiful, much bigger home. This is so I could teach her how to make the whole dinner. She wants me to make this dinner for a group of 12 people instead of my usual 6. At first, I was hesitant because we live a very modest lifestyle, and Anne and her British husband are very well off, but I figured it would still be fun, and I would enjoy putting on a feast for new people and in a beautiful kitchen. After I agreed, the problems began. First, Anne wanted to have dinner on a day that isn't Thanksgiving to make it more convenient. I decided it wasn't all that important since we live in Italy, so I scheduled for the Sunday prior to the actual day. Then, when we were planning to meet to go shopping for all of the ingredients, she asked if I could do all the shopping and she would reimburse me for half. I asked her what she meant, and she said that I'd be paying for half of everything. So not only would I be doing all the shopping and all of the planning, all of the cooking and teaching her as well, but now I'm expected to pay for half of the food. I told her I could not do this. We really don't have the budget. So now she's trying to alter the menu, and she agreed to turkey fixings, candied yams, roasted veggies, an appetizer, and pie. A really modest dinner from American standards. She then made a comment that her friends don't eat like pigs.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
That's fucked. That's fucked up. She then went to another guest with my recipes and asked her to prepare my pumpkin pie so she didn't have to buy the ingredients. Bear in mind, Anne and her husband are very wealthy. I'd estimate the entire dinner for 12 people would cost around 200 euros for the ingredients, and my labor Anne gets for free. She thinks I'm being stubborn and ungenerous. My family thinks Anne is taking advantage of my kindness and her... I don't know what that word is. Her complaining is ridiculous since she'd spend double of the amount for dinner out on lunch on a whim. So am I an asshole for refusing to contribute to a meal or be bullied into this nonsense? So I don't understand if these are all 12 random people and it's her and her husband, or if it's 6 of her friends and then 6 of Anne's friends.
Yeah, that part is not clear. But if I was the friend that asked my friend to come over to my house and teach me how to cook a Thanksgiving dinner, I would just spring for the food.
Right? Wouldn't you just provide everything if you ask someone to come and teach you how to do something?
And cook.
Yeah.
100%.
I agree.
And then she had the audacity to say her friends don't eat like pigs.
That was fucked up.
Why
would you say that?
That's fucked up, man.
That's fucked up. Why would you say that? Because now it's like, oh, you not only have a problem with me not wanting to pay for this dinner where I'm teaching you how to do this, you're also now calling everyone that I'm bringing big backed. Like, what the fuck?
That would be my excuse to leave right there. I'm like, you know what? I'm offended, even if I wasn't offended. Because cooking for 12 people, one person, that's a lot. Have you ever cooked Thanksgiving dinner?
Thanksgiving dinner, no.
Do you know how to cook? That's the question I should ask.
I know how to cook certain things. Overall, I know how to cook. I wouldn't say I'm like an amazing cook. I know how to cook maybe 4 things really well. I don't know how to cook any Vietnamese food. That's the only thing. I think that tradition dies out with me. I'm not even kidding. I don't know how to make any Vietnamese food.
No Vietnamese food?
None.
But you complain that you won't date a guy that don't eat Asian.
I can go take him to a Vietnamese.
I don't understand women.
I can't. It's a lot of different ingredients, and it's a lot of... I also, every time I go home, nobody's teaching me to cook because my mom wants to cook for me. So I'm just there eating her food.
Did your mom want you to marry a Vietnamese guy?
My mom wants me to marry someone who preferably speaks Vietnamese. She doesn't care about the ethnicity, but if you could speak Vietnamese, that's a plus. I think she's given up on me dating Vietnamese men
But
because
originally, she wants you to marry a
originally.
So she should have taught your ass how to cook Vietnamese food.
She told me that I would never get a Vietnamese husband. She told me this about a year ago, and I was so confused. And I asked my dad the same thing, and he said, "Yeah, I don't think you can marry a Vietnamese guy. They both think I'm too aggressive." They said Vietnamese guys like very docile, kind, warm women, and apparently I'm just a bit much.
Oh wow!
I think that's fucked. I think I can marry a Vietnamese man. I just haven't found him. You know?
Yeah, you get you one of those hood niggas. One of Vietnamese hood niggas.
Why? Why that? I don't want that.
Why?
Can't I just have a normal Vietnamese guy?
What's a normal Vietnamese guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone who works at like Facebook, Silicon Valley, you know? Someone I don't have to worry about getting locked up because they're money laundering for some sort of cartel.
Well, actually, my best friend is a Vietnamese guy.
I don't want any of your friends. All your friends look like my uncles. Oh my God. Every single time you tell me you're going to go and talk to me or talk about me with one of your friends, and I go in your story, it's always a Vietnamese guy who looks exactly like my uncle.
It's the same guy. That's racist. You think they all look alike? It's the same guy.
I have a lot of uncles. A lot of them look the same.
Damn.
You know?
Well, damn.
That's another thing. The older I get, the older Vietnamese guys get, I just look at them like you're slowly morphing into another version of a family member. So when it comes to Asian guys, I usually like Filipino men because they don't look like they're related to me.
I've heard people say stuff like that before.
How do you feel about it?
About what? About
dating someone who potentially looks like someone you're related to.
Yeah, no, my family is mixed, so I look at them different. When I see black people, maybe like you know how like some light skinned black people and stuff like that, maybe But the weird thing is, I don't look at it like that because I grew up in an all black neighborhood originally, so I don't look at it like that. And I actually, we call them red bones, light skinned girls. We call them red bones, and growing up, they used to be my favorite.
Wait, so what's the difference between red bone and yellow bone?
Nothing.
Nothing? Same thing? Okay.
Yeah, nothing. Some people call it high yellow.
Okay.
And yellow bone.
Is that an offensive term?
No, not to black people.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, only people can get offended by anything, but no, it's not. It's just describing.
Got it. See, I never had an issue with looking at Vietnamese people and thinking that they look related to me until I moved out of a predominantly Vietnamese area. Now that I live in a more diverse area, I get that feeling. But when it was just me and everyone around me was Vietnamese, I never had that.
Well, you know what? Let me say, I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like a lot of women kind of like let me see if I can put this in let me see if I can put this in words. I think a lot of women God damn it, come on, brain work. I think a lot of women like put themselves in like a smaller dating pool. I feel like y'all do that on purpose, like and like a lot of guys we call like kind of like being like delusional, like they like, so for instance, like women want a certain type of guy, like I want a guy that's like this and make this much money and stuff like that, and then it's not that many men around like that, and so you like making your pool smaller. Like reason why I'm saying this is because I'm listening to you, and you even said like, even if you date a guy, especially maybe he's not in your race, but you exclude him just because he's a picky eater.
Yeah, I just know I'm probably not gonna get along as well with you as I would with somebody who is gonna eat all the same favorite foods.
Yeah, but how many times will you go like to a family outing eating with this guy versus all the other things that you can do in a relationship with this guy? I think that's just like a small fraction of things. I think if a guy ticks all your other boxes, he treats you well, he's down with being a breadwinner. Maybe if you like gentlemen, because some women don't like gentlemen.
I love a gentleman.
Well, some women don't. So, and if he does all these things, but this motherfucker don't eat Asian food.
That's not like the biggest thing on the list where I'll kick you off for.
No,
It's just a little thing that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind. But if everything else is perfect, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just I would prefer somebody who can eat all the same things,
Yeah,
you know?
I understand that. I'm just saying.
Because I used to date a guy who was super healthy, which I loved because he had this amazing physique, and he was the first guy I was ever with that had like rock hard abs, big biceps. He just looked like a himbo, you know? And I thought that
what's a himbo?
a himbo, like a male bimbo, like a himbo bimbo.
Oh, damn.
Yep. Yeah, he was my first himbo, and I thought he was so attractive, and I love that he's so disciplined and he's very conscious about what he eats. But then I realized that I can't really go out and eat dinners with him, because one of my favorite things to do is to go out and eat like a nice dinner where I'm eating like an asshole. I want pasta. I want sushi.
You just say you say you want
Eat like an asshole, not eat asshole.
Oh, okay,
Eat like an
bad.
asshole.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
That's you. It's fine. Whatever you eat on your time, I'm not here to judge. No, I'm not here to judge.
Whoa! None of that was said.
But he couldn't go out and eat with me, and if he did, over time he got a little resentful.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't want to miss out on going on a date night with me, but at the same time he would then feel like he was letting himself
That's
go.
understandable.
By
Something
doing
like that. That's understandable. But that's what I was saying about the other one. Just one thing, because I feel like girls have probably like had problems with me because I'm picky. I get annoyed when I go out.
Are you a picky eater? Is
Very.
this why you're defensive?
I'm not defensive about it, but
Okay,
yeah, but it's happened to me. It's happened to me several times.
Yeah.
I go out to eat with
You're like,
girls.
don't. That's not a deal breaker. He's
Yeah.
fine if he's a picky eater. He does
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, the guy could be the girl can be she could be
Yeah.
the woman of my dreams, and then we go out to eat and stuff like that. And it's my pet peeve that a woman like wants me to try something, and I'm like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And they still wants me to try it and stuff. Like, no, I don't like it. I know I don't like it because I don't eat seafood. There's a lot of stuff I don't eat.
Yeah.
And they want, they want you to eat the same thing. I'm like, look, you enjoy what you like, and I enjoy what I like. I don't think you should exclude people because they're picky.
You know, I have a really bad habit I didn't realize was a bad habit until like 6 months ago. And apparently a lot of other girls do this too, where if a guy offers to take me to go get a sweet treat, because I always want dessert after a meal. So sometimes I'll want boba. And he's like, oh, I'll take you to go get boba. If he doesn't also get the sweet treat with me, I feel like you're calling me fat.
That's overthinking.
It is, but it's not just that. It's like I need someone to enjoy this thing with as well. So if I want to go get ice cream and you don't want to get ice cream, now I don't want ice cream. You must have the ice cream with me in order for it to count. And I don't know why I do that.
If it's your idea to get ice cream.
No, I'll be in the car. Like, you know what sounds really good? Some ice cream. And the guy very kindly is like, oh, I'll take you to go get ice cream. We get there. And if he doesn't get ice cream, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do this.
Wow.
But it bothers the fuck out of a lot of my friends when I talk about this, because I'm like, why can't you just get ice cream with me? Now I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it.
Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Just eat your ice cream and enjoy it. And like, he might not want it right. He might be watching his figure.
Yeah, that's another thing. I love men who take care of themselves, but at the same time, like, I love to eat so much, I end up making them a little, not fat, but they end up a little chubbier. They have some happy weight, and then they get a little resentful.
Yeah,
so
see,
I can't.
It's a say the word for me.
Contradiction.
Thank you. Remember we talked about earlier, I don't have a list, but I do have a speaking.
Wait, what's your speech impediment? I have
It's
one
certain
too.
words. It's certain words I can't say.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because of my accent or my education.
Or that you got hit a lot.
I
You got
always
punched
been,
a lot.
I always been like this even before though. To be honest.
Oh, okay.
I always been. It's certain words that I just can't say. Probably because I don't know how to spell. And if you know how to spell a word, you can pronounce it.
Oh yeah,
better.
you can try to enunciate.
Yeah, because when I was learning Japanese, I learned that I was learning how to read and write. I'm actually a better speller in Japanese than I am in English.
Oh really? Why is that?
Because the sounds never change. In Japanese, it's a hard language to learn, but the character makes a sound and it never changes.
Oh.
And so like English is fucking weird. It's a weird language.
Yeah.
So it's like, a lot of bullshit rules that I just can't spell shit in English.
Yeah. I feel like my spelling is getting significantly worse because I have stopped texting people. I'll do the voice to text option, so I'll say it out loud and it'll just spell everything for me.
Yeah.
And so I slowly feel myself getting dumber and more illiterate.
Yeah.
It's such a bad habit.
I was thinking about the smartphones are making us dumb because I remember back in the days when I was in high school, I used to have a pager and I remember everybody's number.
You had a pager?
Hell yeah, I had a pager.
Sometimes I forget how old you are. It's great.
Wow.
You've lived a lot of lives. Tell me more about this pager.
What you want to know?
All I knew was that pagers were used by doctors and drug dealers.
I wasn't a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like a status thing too in my hood as well.
Oh, really? Having
yeah.
a pager?
Yeah, it was a status. You know, it was like a $15 a month bill or $8 a month bill, depending on where you go, and you wear it on your clothes and make sure everybody saw it. And I had like an airbrush one. I remember it was like purple with it was purple with like one of those trippy, like maybe somebody did mushrooms with, like, you know what I'm talking about, the trippy drippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love my pager.
Yeah. Would you bring the pager back?
Would I, if I could?
Yeah, if you could.
I would, just because, like I said, people are getting more dumb. Because
I wish I could have a sidekick.
Yeah,
that's one thing I was too young for. I wasn't allowed to have a phone during the time of the sidekick. That's the only phone I want.
I heard rumors that they was thinking about bringing it back. Hopefully they do. But how many phone numbers do you memorize right now?
I only remember my mom's. That's it. I only know one phone number by heart. Everybody else is I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I only know one by heart, but right now I'm learning my son's. I know my ex-wife phone number by heart because it was super easy, and that's the only number I know by heart. But back in the day when I had pagers, I knew like at least 30, 40 numbers by heart, and like we're getting, like, the phone is making us stupid. But you know what? I knew it was happening because remember I told you I couldn't spell.
Yeah.
So I was always doing a spelling test, and I would fail every last one of them, and the teacher would like make fun of me and be like,
the teacher would make fun of you?
oh yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I was a bad kid, mind you. I started smoking weed at 8 years old.
Okay.
So
that's very young.
Yeah, so mind you, sometimes in elementary, I would probably go to school high. So the teacher, they had no idea that I was high, as long as I sprayed and stuff. They couldn't smell. I only got caught one time, but it's another story. But I told her, I said, I don't gotta learn how to spell. She said, why you think that you don't gotta learn how to spell? True story. I said, in the future, like you got calculators, we're gonna have a device that you just tap and it spell for you. I knew it.
Oh, you were ahead of your time.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
Because the calculators, I knew it.
Because you were spelling like boobs on calculators?
No, I wasn't.
Boobies?
I wasn't I wasn't putting boobs on calculators. I didn't even have a calculator. I hated math.
Yeah, me too. And I'm getting roasted right now because I can't do math. Because what was it? We were trying to do 36 divided by 4, and it was 9 months instead of 8.
Well, you was close. You was closer than I would have got.
Close enough. But also, my mom's very disappointed in me that I am not good at math. I went to a very nice school. Still couldn't do it.
But you know what? You don't need to be good at math now because all you had to do was pick up your phone calculators.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, smartphones is making us dumb, but it's technology.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about this Thanksgiving dinner? Who you think the asshole is?
Thanksgiving dinner, I would say the Chinese friend Anne is the asshole, because there is something about, and I talked a lot about this with my friend from college because he used to work as the he worked at the front desk of like a counseling office in college, and when he and I were getting to know each other because we worked on a play together, he was trying to be nice about it. He's like, I get really upset when students come in and they don't understand how to do certain paperwork, and so they almost expect me to do it, and they don't want me to help them. They want me to do it for them. And he was trying to really nicely tell me that it was always Asian people doing this, but I guessed it. I was like, I think I know who these people are. He's like, do you? Because he didn't want to sound racist. And I was like, it's Asians, isn't it? He's like, yes. So when the story said she was Chinese, in my head, it made sense. Because my parents and a lot of my family members are very similar to this too. Sometimes when they don't understand certain things, they would rather have someone else do it for them. They'll pay extra for someone to just do it they don't want to learn how to do it. They're just like, they ask for help under the guise of, I want you to do it for me. I don't actually want to learn how to do this thing. So if I know how to, I don't know, like,
damn, I must be Asian. I do that
fix the
shit.
router,
I do
just
that
like
shit.
unplug and replug the internet router. They think it's this amazing thing. And now every single time they have an internet problem, it is my job to come and unplug the router and replug it in.
Something
Because
stupid
they
as that,
think
yeah.
that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I just didn't like how the friend.
Was talking about the pigs.
Yeah, that as well, but she's well off. Like, why
Yeah.
you cheap? But you know, a lot of people that are like well off.
Or stingy.
Yes, they're cheap. But I was told that's how they become rich, or that's how they stay rich. So you know, but still, when it's something like that, then you splurge. But every other day, I guess you keep an eye on your money. But something like that, she should have sprung for it. She's an asshole.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's an asshole. But also, why are you having Thanksgiving in Italy?
Yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah.
I know you guys live there, but I don't know. I don't know if Thanksgiving food is really worth all that trouble.
Well, it can be nostalgia. You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, because yeah, I know you just come from England. Did you have Sunday roast while you was there?
That is the one thing I have not had, but I want so badly. I've had different components of it. So I've had the Yorkshire pudding.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the roast chicken. I haven't had the roast beef. You know what's one English food I just cannot get behind that I think is, I'm so sorry, I'm not gonna say it's disgusting.
Mutton.
But no, I haven't had mutton. I don't like it, and everyone seems to love this food. It's a beef Wellington.
Oh yeah,
Even the idea of it is so gross to me. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to English food. This is just the one thing I didn't like. I liked everything else. I like bangers and mash. I like your meat pies. I like the sausage rolls. All of it. It's just the idea of a beef Wellington is you have this large piece of beef. You put like mushrooms around it, and then you put the dough on top of it. You're just steaming meat. That's all it is. You're baking it, but by baking it, you're just steaming it in this crust.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good, and I hate it.
Do you know where they got it from?
No.
It's the miners.
The miners?
Yeah, the miners, the people.
I was gonna say,
yeah, when they mine.
What's his name? Ramsay? Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay? Yeah. No, back in the day when they was mining for coal and all this stuff, you know, they can eat that with their hands, with dirty hands. That's where it comes from. So yeah, it's to us it seems like a stupid meal, but they can get like bread and meat and stuff like that. Now they're not touching all the meat. You know, they touch the pastry or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, some of that stuff over there, like they got blood pudding too.
Blood pudding, I was able to eat, and that's fine.
That's gross.
No, I think it sounds grosser than it actually is once you have it. It's not that gross. I think there's a Vietnamese dish called week, which is congealed pig's blood, and they eat it in soup. Same thing. Or not same thing. I feel like
almost it's blood. It's pig blood.
It's the pig's blood is a bit much. The pig blood jello in soup is a bit much. I would rather have the sausage. So no pig's blood for you?
No, I ain't doing none of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I don't eat when I'm with them, but I did like the Sunday roast. So every Sunday for me, it was like I was having Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that is cute.
Yeah, so they probably just missed. Who knows how long they was living on? They probably just missed Thanksgiving.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, happy Thanksgiving. I hope this year is your year. It seems like it's not. It seems like it's her year again.
I know for sure last year was her year.
Yeah.
I remember.
Are you gonna do this year at your place, or are you just gonna let her have it?
No, I'm not gonna let her have it because I gave her too much. So I asked my son just to test him. I was like, "Who year is it this year?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "But he said, I don't know, but it don't matter now because I'm 19. So it's between you and my little sister, right? Yeah. She's still 17. So I'm gonna ask her to see what she want to do. They old enough and see if they want, but I'm sure they probably want to. I'm sure they probably want to go at their mom's. Cause their mom's actually a good cook, but my friend Jason actually cooks for me, and he's like a retired chef. So if I have Thanksgiving at my house, it'd be like A+.
Like a real spread.
Yeah, it'd be real. So I'm see what they say.
Yeah. See, I'm a little nervous about going back to San Jose for Thanksgiving because every single year I show up, it's always a little too Asian for my liking. It's just like nobody ever wants to bring pie. Nobody really wants stuffing. Nobody wants cranberry sauce. They don't really want anything besides mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and a really dry turkey.
What's your favorite pie?
My favorite pie, sweet potato.
I thought it would be cream pie.
No, that's not for this website. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Mixed Company. Come back next week
And
when
make sure
we talk about something that isn't cream pie.
What?
Or eating ass for dinner.
What? What's wrong with those topics? It's Mixed Company.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just think this is stuff for a paywall. Anyways, bye.